when you look at yourself and where you are right now and who you are right now, are you proud of you?
Yeah, I am. I'm not satisfied. I know I still got more work to do. I feel like I was put here for a purpose, and it wasn't just to be content with where I am at 31 years old. So
Got to live.
the work never stops. The grind never stops. You can't cheat the grind. And, I'm
Can't cheat
cool
the
with
grind.
where I am right now, but I got bigger goals. I got, my own lineage to start. I got to, had a marriage and kids.
Family.
And exactly.
Now you got to set
have
some
my
foundation
own family,
for you.
set my own foundation for the next. So
Beautiful. And more career goals. You're trying to keep going.
gotta keep
Trying
going.
to live in abundance.
Exactly. Because I like to live a certain lifestyle.
High standards.
So for me to
Bougie.
live that lifestyle, I got more to do. And I got more money to make to live that lifestyle.
Gotta work.
Gotta work.
So, all right. So let me give like one good line. If you could speak to the masses, what would you tell them? What would be your message for the people?
Just one line?
One line or, a couple lines.
At least for me, I would say you just gotta live your life. And don't worry about the things you can't control, because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to figure out something that a lot of times you didn't have any part of. And that time that you spend on that, you could be spending on trying to improve yourself, trying to improve your brand, and could be getting another life experience. And a lot of times people get so caught up in their own headspace worrying about something that they have no control over.
Your
and
own
it's just
headspace.
so
Get out of there.
It winds up being negative. It winds up being counterproductive. And I believe in efficiency, and that's not efficient at all.
It's not at all. I know even in our own talks, you're often knocking on my forehead. Just get out of there. Get out of there, Kristen. Can you explain? Yeah, there you go.
Gotta get out. Gotta get out of there.
Can you explain your theory to the people? I'm always knocking on my forehead and sharing it with other people now because it is brilliant. I have to really think when I'm going through, and I'm like, really, most of the time I can form a whole nother world of problems in my head and make it a lot more worse. And then sometimes it can really be worse, but I don't need to be stuck in it. So, and I come and vent, and he's like, Chris.
You come up to me and you talk 100 miles an hour
And
about something. And a lot of times, from a macro level, from a person that's not involved in the situation, I look at you like, really? Think about what you just said. Take yourself out of the situation and then say it again.
Wow.
Is it really that deep? Was it as deep as you tried to make it just now?
Was I being dramatic?
Get out of your head.
Get out of my head.
Because a lot of times we get stuck in our head. We overthink things. We overanalyze things. And, we make problems bigger than what they are a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times. And it winds up being counterproductive. You wind up putting more pressure on yourself. You put more pressure on loved ones. And, it's not healthy. It's just not healthy. And so if you can take a minute, just kind of step away from the situation, look at it from a macro level, and then figure out what it is, and then you can go back in and say, you know what? It really wasn't that big of a thing.
It wasn't.
I can go ahead and get this figured out, and then I can move forward and put that behind me.
Never make that moment too big so you can't get
Can't-
past it.
Yeah. Don't let that moment swallow you whole. Don't let that happen.
Don't let it swallow you whole.
Don't let that happen.
See, and that makes me think about, one of our fallen sisters that was a part of the Strong, Empowered, and Classy project. One of my first round when I was doing it, a blog version, Karen Washington. Last year, she had committed suicide, and it was from mental illness. But she was one of those extra positive people that supported a lot of bloggers and entrepreneurs and different people in this, atmosphere that was doing something. Because of her death, we're considering the mental illness issue. We want to talk about it more. We want to expose it, and we want to help. Because we all go through things. We all get pretty sad, and a lot of us know how to hide it, or we're trying to surpass it enough. But, when you get alone, it gets dark sometimes. And we just want you to, just like you said, knock on the forehead. I love that advice, because I would like to teach more people that, because that was one of my things that hurt me from her wonderful interview. She couldn't she didn't have someone there to just pull her out of that. So that's one of the things I want to take on for everybody to challenge themselves. Be a gift to someone. Be positive. Give them, the best advice you can when they're going through. Listen. Pray with them. Talk to them. Love them. Hug them. Kiss them. Everything. Be there.
And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're really going through something, reach out.
Reach out.
Now, I know you haven't had a problem as serious as that, but you definitely reached out to me. And without you reaching out, you might have still been stuck in your headspace for a little longer.
Yeah.
And, I'm not sure exactly what her situation was, but, for others, to try to avoid something similar, hopefully they can reach out to that family member, that friend, that teacher, whoever it might be, to kind of help them get out of their headspace and kind of figure out how to move forward and not just be stuck.
Yeah, and see, I haven't reached that point of that, deep, dark depression, but I have, issues that have come and I can get really sad, or at least it could be my distraction, because I'm trying to do things with Jane Thang Productions, my personal career at work, at Big Ten, or anywhere else.
Yeah, you got a lot on the plate.
A lot on the plate, trying to do things. And you don't really need that emotional problems or all them, random issues I can find to distract you. Sometimes you do just need to talk it out, because it becomes bigger. This big bubble that can swallow you in. And you said, don't get swallowed up.
Yeah.
Don't get swallowed up.
Get swallowed up.
That could destroy everything.
Exactly.
Too late for work. You messing around with your job, messing around with anything, you messing with your money. What are we going to do?
And more often than not, how serious was that problem?
How serious? Really? Was it worth all that?
Right. Was that really going to affect, whatever it was that you were dealing with? Mm-hmm. Because of that, you could potentially jeopardize your job, your other productions, and then you dig an even deeper hole for yourself.
Then that's when you start getting swallowed in. That's when it gets darker.
The snowball effect starts happening. And then you wind up making it worse off of something that might have been small or might have been a little bigger that you made extremely big. So
learning to treat it as a lesson and be better for it. The foundation. Life has been lessons. You're like, oh, okay, that wasn't good. Learn from that.
Yep.
Let's go that way this time.
We all gonna make mistakes. I know I've definitely made my share. I'm gonna continue to make more. That's just life.
That's life. Let's have fun making mistakes.
You can't be afraid to make a mistake.
You can't.
You can't be afraid to fail.
It would probably be pretty boring if you I'm gonna just stay with this straight line here. Yeah. No.
Life ain't. And it's the thing. With life, if it was so easy, everybody'd be happy and everybody'd be successful.
It's true.
Off gate. And that's not the case. Everybody has their own journey, as my dad always used to say. Everybody has their own journey. Mm-hmm. And you don't know where the journey takes you, but you still got to go through it. Yeah. And you got to go through the highs, and you got to go through the lows. And you can't get too high when the highs are there, and you can't get too low when the lows are there. And you just got to know that, at least for me, that's a way to kind of keep myself humble when things are going great. And I'm like, I figured it out. I got it. Life is going to come back and humble you real quick.
It's going to come back around, but
life is going to humble you. And then when things are bad, you remember, life's not going to always stay this bad.
It's going to get better.
You're going to turn the corner at some point. I know it's frustrating when you don't know when that's going to happen, but you just got to remember that nothing is always as good or as bad as it seems.
And then later you can tell the story.
Exactly.
That's the best part. I like telling stories. Do you realize how bad that was? Mm-hmm. Look at me now.
Exactly.
Still here. That's a great thing, to still be here. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Still living, still learning.
Keep going, people. Stay positive. Mm-hmm. I think I told you earlier about Oprah quote not a quote, but something I was reading about her. And I love her because she's so freaking successful and
she is.
And living life she does what she wants. So I was just drinking one of her chai teas from Starbucks earlier today. And I read a long time ago about her story and how one time she did get to a depressed state where she felt a little suicidal. And one of those things, a thought came to her and she was like, but if I do this, if I kill myself, something amazing might happen tomorrow and I'll miss it.
Right.
And I thought that was so amazing. I'm like, something amazing could happen tomorrow.
Show you what it's like every single day.